It's Friday, June 23rd. Welcome to the CBC Morning Report. I'm Tisha Hines. Barbados was on a flash flood watch overnight as a result of the outer bands of Tropical Storm Brett, which affected the island from just around midnight. Live on the Morning Report, we go on over to Lieutenant Colonel Carlos Lovell, the military advisor to the Chief of Staff. Good morning to you, Lieutenant Colonel.
Good morning, Tisha, and a blessed good morning to all our viewers. Thank you very much for having me on the program today.
Absolutely, and thanks for your time. First of all, tell us what's been happening through the night. Give us an update of where we are. I know lots of Barbadians will want to know what's happening, what they can do, their exams coming up and so on, which we will deal with throughout the show. But a general update of what has happened through the night based on what came in to the BDF.
Yes, so thank you very much for that, Tisha. What happened is that the BDF's posture at this time is to have 4 very robust and well-equipped national disaster response teams deployed at 4 locations across the island. This is in the north at our Jordan Secondary School, the Paragon base in the southeastern part of the island, and also at St. Anne's Fort and BCGS Pelican. So we were on standby during the strike phase of the weather system and awaiting any calls for any assistance from Barbadians. We had a number of shelters open across the country, and some Barbadians took the opportunity to go to those shelters. But largely, we've been very fortunate, and we've not had a significant amount of reports of any damage or any flooding across the island. And as we speak, we have teams from the BDF deployed conducting route clearance to damage assessment to ensure that the routes are clear and to ensure that there are no incidences, or to ensure that there are no actual risks or any dangers on those roads to pose to our citizens as they move about their daily business. So we've been relatively fortunate. What I would encourage Barbadians is to adhere to the information and the guidance from the National Emergency Operations Center and to wait patiently until the all clear has been given for persons to actually move about, to go to school and to go to their places of work.
Now, I know, as you mentioned, the Barbados Defence Force has been playing a major role in the storm preparations for Brett, and you also have a big role to play in any post-storm cleanup as well. So for this storm, particularly, after we're given the all clear, you said that there will be a number of people at different places deployed in terms of your military presence. What types of reports have you already received? I know you mentioned it hasn't been a lot of stuff, but can you give us any particular areas that have to be given specific attention? On my way in, I still saw people on the road waiting for buses, I suppose, and things of that nature. So, what type of information has been coming in that you'll be addressing today?
So, as I was saying, Tisha, our damage assessment teams are reinforced by drones, and our route clearance teams are currently on the road. They are clearing the main arteries from the Grantley Adams International Airport to the QH Hospital, and also from the north, from the St. Lucie Parish Church, right down to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and some other routes as well. Once they're finished clearing those routes, they'll then begin to clear the bus routes so that persons can actually catch the bus to go to the places of work and to school. We've not been having any reports of any significant damage, no loss of life, no injuries, no persons requesting any assistance with flood rescue or any such incidents along those lines. We have been very fortunate, I will say once again, but I would also continue to encourage persons to be very, very careful and to await the all clear. We've only deployed because the all clear for the emergency services has been given for us to conduct our operations. However, the all clear for Barbados has still yet to be given once the routes have been cleared and once all of the information has gone back to the minister, the acting prime minister, and the minister of Home Affairs, so that they can officially give the all clear for all Barbadians to go about their business.
I know we're going to be able soon to access some drone footage of what's happening, what you're doing as you go out, so that we can share that as well. I don't know if you can give a preview of where the drones are and what you're hoping to see in this damage assessment as you move through the morning.
So the primary focus for the drones was actually to assist the route clearance team and to move above those route clearance teams and give them overwatch and to look along the main arteries to clear those arteries so that if there's any requirement for casualties to be moved to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital or to any other areas in the central parts of the island, for those routes to be cleared first and foremost. The drone footage that you'll be seeing will be focusing mainly on those main arteries, the highways, first and foremost, and after that, it will actually be providing footage for you of the various communities, the areas in the Scotland district where we know that there's usually some soil erosion and some land slippage. Those areas and the low-lying areas and the flood-prone areas are those are the areas that the drones would actually be focused on. You'll be able to get some of that footage from the DEM and from the National Emergency Operations Center in short order.
All right, thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel, for coming in and sharing with us, military advisor to Chief of Staff. We most certainly will be checking in with you as the morning progresses, and we wish the members of the BDF all safe returns as they head out to assess the damage that has been done. Hopefully, fingers crossed, not so much damage for us here in Barbados. Thank you.
Thank you so much, teacher, and stay safe, Barbados. Be good.
Thank you so much. Now, we believe we're having an update from the EOC. We have our Wendy Burke, who is on location there, and she's been there throughout the night, of course, taking in all that has been happening, bringing us updates as they happen. We've also had the Prime Minister, the acting Prime Minister of Barbados, Santia Bradshaw, coming in and sharing with us. There are lots of things to consider as we go through this morning. I know there are children who are preparing for their exams. CAPE exams are coming up today, and so we're waiting for that assessment by the Barbados Defence Force, and of course then an assessment will be able to be made so that we will find out whether there will be school and work. As I mentioned, there were people on the roads on my way in. So we are going to try to link up with our Wendy Burke at the EOC in short order. We're going to take a break and come on back on the CBC Morning Report. Stay with us. Welcome to this special presentation of Morning Report, a relay continuance of the coverage of the passage of Tropical Storm Brett. Now, live on the Morning Report with the latest update is Deputy Director of the Barbados Meteorological Services, Brian Murray. Good morning to you, Mr. Murray. Welcome back.
Hi, good morning, Tisha, and good morning to the viewers and listeners in Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. And the good news that we have here is that the government of Barbados, we have discontinued the tropical storm warning, as Tropical Storm Brett, which has been affecting us for the past 24 or more hours, continues on its westward track in the Caribbean Sea. And I'm going to give you the latest position on that system. It is near 13.4 north, 62.9 west, and that is about 232 miles or 373 kilometers west of Barbados. It is moving towards the west at 18 miles per hour, and the maximum sustained winds are 16 miles per hour. And on its current track, and the models are suggesting that it is going to disappear as it encounters some shear as it goes further west into the Caribbean Sea.
All right,
and that's good news for us.
It absolutely is good news. Does this mean that the heavy showers are past us? Is the worst over for Barbados as far as Brett is concerned?
Well, the latest satellite and radar imagery are indicating that the heavy rain bands are moving away from us, so there will be a little clearing in a sense. You will still get periods of 1, 2 isolated pockets of moderate showers and rain, but they will not be as intense as heavy as what you have experienced earlier this morning.
All right. Have the winds died down enough for the Grantley Adams International Airport to be reopened?
The winds have died down to a certain extent, so I think that the airport will be able to open, but they will have to make that decision, and also depend on the planes too. So I think that they will be in a position to determine whether the airport can be open or not. But the winds have died down to the extent that it could be open, yes.
All right, Mr. Murray, what's the forecast of the Eastern Caribbean as Brett continues on its path, and which countries are bracing for impact?
You have to understand that it was mostly St. Vincent and the Grenadines and St. Lucia and Dominica. They were the ones that were affected. But be mindful that as the day goes on, then they will drop their tropical storm warnings also as Brett moves a little further to the west. The only concern now will be the rains, which is associated with the feeder bands that are trailing behind Brett. So they will have heavy showers and thunderstorms today. But by tonight, as those feeder bands move a little further to the west, then conditions will improve for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, and Dominica.
All right, I want to thank you so much, Brian Murray, Deputy Director of the Barbados Meteorological Service. And of course, we'd like to thank your entire office. We know that it usually is very busy for you around this time of year. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, like we were telling you, our Wendy Burke is at the EOC. She's been there all night and preparing to go out to be a part of the assessment team with our camera people who are there as well. Jeffrey Allen is on the scene. We also have a few others who are working with Wendy. Patrick Murray is there as well, that's right. So let's head on over to Wendy Burke for an update. Wendy, what can you tell us?
To you, Tisha, and our viewers. It's been past 24 hours here for us now at the National Emergency Operations Center. But we are here, and there's some good news, and we will go straight to the Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Wilfred Abrams, for that news. Good morning to you, Mr. Abrams.
Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Barbados, again. As we indicated, we were doing everything possible to verify and make assessments to be able to give the all clear. So I'm happy to say up front that the all clear has been given. The all clear has been given. Now, please understand something, that all clear does not mean all safe. It means that we have done assessments, and we believe that if Barbados exercise due care and attention and are cognizant of the circumstances of what happened recently, that they should be able to traverse our roadways and conduct their business safely. Please pay attention when you go, because there may be impediments in the road, there may be blockages, there may be some down power lines still. Please look out for them. All clear does not mean all safe. Now, I want to thank the hardworking team that comprise the Barbados Port Authority, the Barbados Police Service, the Barbados Defense Force. Normally, when we do the on-the-ground inspection and the teams go out to verify the damage and assess, we have to do it manually. People literally drive the roadway, all the highways, all the major roads, all the bus routes, to check visually for blockages or anything that might be dangerous. With the use of drone technology and with the drone team from those agencies that I just spoke about, we were able to do what normally takes us maybe 1.5 to 2 hours. We were able to do that in less than 10 minutes. So technology was put to very, very good use this morning. The press was able to see some of it in action. So I hope to share some shots of it with you later. But literally, we had multiple drones in the air that were trailing the roadways, providing camera footage, going in for detailed shots, to be able to enable us to make the assessment in the short time that we were able to. With respect to the schools, the inspections have been done at the schools. The majority of the schools have suffered no damage at all. So the decision in relation to the exam still stands. The exam will be at 9:30. We've gotten a special dispensation from CXC to administer the exam at 9:30 to allow all the other things that have to kick into play to happen. The bus service, the transport board is attempting to restart the bus service at 7:30, but this depends. All the buses will not start at the same time. Drivers have to get from their homes or from where they are to the buses to be able to activate the bus service, but you can get updates on transportboard.com. The airport as well, the airport is scheduled to open at 7 a.m. this morning. So the communication studies exam at 9:30 at all the exam centers. If the students cannot, if you as a student have difficulty in getting to your assigned exam center, you can get to the exam center nearest to you and you will be facilitated in taking the exam. Obviously, it's preferable that you go to the one that's assigned to you, but in case of an emergency, if time is running out on you, then you will be accommodated at another exam center. So 9:30 for the exam, 7 o'clock for the opening of the airport, 7:30 for the resumption of the bus service. And that really is it. Barbadians, please. We've done our best to bring you back to normalcy as quickly as we can, employing all of the resources at our disposal. It's now up to you, please, to just try to be safe. Be vigilant, be safe, and we've had no injuries or incidents so far, or damage to person so far as a result of this storm. I would like to keep it that way. Oh, and just as an abundance of caution, and to make it elusively clear, as we say, only the students taking the CXC Communication Studies exam are expected to return back to schools today. School is closed for the rest of the students. Only students who are taking the CXC, the Cape Communication Studies exam, are expected to attend school today. Barbados, good morning and thank you.
That was Minister of Home Affairs Wilfred Abrams here at the EOC, informing us of all the things that are to take place and all of the necessary reopenings. Now, as I said to you before, Tisha, it has been more than 24 hours, but I would not have been able to make it to this point were it not for my cameraman Patrick Murray and Jeffrey Chandler, our engineer here down at the EOC, helping you to bring it live. Lots of people here at the center working around the clock, my other media colleagues, no sleep tonight, but I did manage to get a shower, so for that I'm thankful. The DEM has provided some great resources for us. I also want to thank their staff. There's another lovely lady I met, Miss Burke, and she has been taking care of me, ensuring that I do not hunger here at the EOC. It has been a long one, but it's been a good one, and we are happy to know that the damage to our island is minimal and is quite repairable. So handing back to you from here at the EOC, Tisha. Have a great morning.
Well, thank you so much, Wendy. And I know that you mentioned before that you might be heading out to do some assessments and so on. So I would imagine it's going to be still a busy morning for you. Make sure you get some rest as you move along as well. All right. Thanks to our team there at the EOC. We're going to take a break and come on back on the CBC Morning Report. Again, the all clear has been given. We just heard that from the Minister of Home Affairs, Wilfred Abrams. School is closed today. Only those students doing the Cape Communications exam are expected to show up this morning. The exam will now be at 9:30. The Transport Board is attempting to restart bus service by 7:30 this morning. However, you can appreciate the various, drivers and so on will need to make it into work. So there may be some delay with that. You can follow up on transportboard.com. For those students who might be having challenges making it to their exam centers that might be a little further out from home, you will be accommodated at exam centers that are closer to you. So make sure you make it to those exam centers that are closer to you if transportation is a problem. The multiple drones have been used this time around by the BDF and of course the DEM to be able to expedite the process of assessment so that we could get this all clear in this timely manner rather. and the airport is scheduled to reopen at 7 o'clock this morning. So a summary of all that was said by Minister of Home Affairs Wilfred Abrams just a few moments ago here on the Morning Report. We're going to take a break and come on back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the CBC Morning Report. Now, summer bookings at the Hilton Barbados Resort from the UK market are weak, but it's quite the opposite from the USA market. That's the word from General Manager Jackie Montiel as hotel and tourism officials turn their attention to summer. He says things are picking up for the USA market at the resort for summer, but the industry is still hoping for some increase in airlift.
Summer is steady. It's not as great as we would like to see it. Compared to previous years, if I go back to 19, I think the summer was stronger in 19, but it's steady. We would love to see more airlift coming into the island. We do see the market from the United States picking up a lot. The market from the UK, not as strong, but the hotel will be steady. I definitely would like to see it sold out, but we'll not be there yet.
All right, we're going to take a look now at our sports as we continue. Centuries from Captain Shea Hope and Nicholas Puran followed a 3-wicket haul from Jason Holder and helped West Indies register a dominant 101-run victory over Nepal in their ICC World Cup qualifier match yesterday in Zimbabwe. Asked to bat first at Harare Sports Club, West Indies posted an impressive 339 for 7 in 50 overs, recovering from 55 for 3 at one stage. Player of the match, Shea Hope, struck 10 fours and 3 sixes in his knock of 132, while Nicholas Puran struck 10 fours and 4 sixes in his 115. Those two put on 216 for the 4th wicket. Nepal were then bundled out for 238 in 49.4 overs, with Holder taking 3 for 34. We have match highlights. All right, we do apologize. We won't be able to bring you that clip at this time. What we will bring you is an update of the weather. The barometric pressure stands at 1013.2 millibars. It's currently 24.3 degrees Celsius outside, pretty cool. The relative humidity stands at 88% and the wind direction east. The wind speed 37 kilometers per hour and it's overcast with light rain. Sea conditions, moderate to rough in open water from 2.5 to 3.5 meters and decreasing. A small craft and high surf warning remains in effect for above normal sea swells. Here's a look at how the tides will roll in for today. The first high about now. And it will be mostly cloudy to overcast with pockets of light to moderate showers, periods of rain and a very slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. As we move into the evening, we're expecting conditions to be pretty much the same, mostly cloudy with clear breaks with a few brief scattered light to moderate showers. And that is, of course, the morning report. We will have updates coming your way right here on CBC TV 8 as we continue relayed coverage. We will bring you the updates from the various parties involved as soon as they're available. You can follow us. Our next official newscast will be Newsday at 12 noon here on TV 8, followed by The World at 1 via our radio network of stations, 100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM. So to summarize, Minister of Home Affairs Wilfred Abrams has given the all clear. Today is no school. There's no school today. However, the students taking the Cape Communications exam will now be expected to be at exam centers by 9:30 this morning. The Transport Board is attempting to restart bus service by 7:30. However, if you're not able to get the bus service or you're having challenges with transportation, students will be accommodated at other exam centers. Multiple drones have been providing footage to expedite the process of giving the all clear. So we're hoping that the airport will reopen at 7 o'clock this morning, and there have been no reports of injury or damage to person so far following the passage of Tropical Storm Brett. That's it from the morning report. Morning Barbados is next.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you on this Friday, June 23rd. What a morning. We'd like to start by saying, of course, thank goodness for small mercies as we wake this morning to hear that there's been no injury to life. We haven't had any people hurt, no injury or damage to person so far following the passage of Tropical Storm Brett. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here with you until just around 8 o'clock this morning as we bring you updates on what's happening. Remember, you can follow us online as well at CBC News Barbados and CBC Barbados on Facebook and Instagram, respectively. We're also streaming live on YouTube. We know there are lots of Barbadians across the diaspora who want to know what's happening here with their friends and relatives. And there are also visitors who will want to know what is happening. So it's going to be a mixed bag on Morning Barbados today. Usually on Fridays, we have our Friday breakfast party. And we bring you the latest on what's happening with the festival. But we also want to make sure that we're on top of what is happening with the following the passage of the tropical storm. So we will be bringing you updates in between and still carrying on with the show as per usual. Again, no school today. So the little ones are home today. The only ones expected to head on out are the students who will be taking the CAPE exams today, so from 9:30 this morning. Outside of that, we're going to be telling you about the financial literacy fair that is set to come off this weekend by the Barbados Museum, put on by the Barbados Museum and Historical Society. They have a big literacy fair that's going to be very, very beneficial to all of us because they're covering all types of areas, and we're going to tell you about that. Plus, Karen Pestana, Festival Events Planner with the NCF, will be along to talk to us about the Digicel ceremonial delivery of the last canes. That comes up on July 1st. We're almost there for that official launch. The Power of One, which is a new segment that we bring to you, which is brought to you with the compliments of C.O. Williams Construction, where we talk about people who embody the general theme of that business, which is moving the earth to please. And over the last few weeks, they have been highlighting some of their amazing employees, young and poised to be the next leaders in the company, and that will continue today. Plus, our Soca Journey Mix It in 5 as we get into the the morning breakfast party with DJ Chili. We're going to have that for you. And it's a Fresh Friday. Mr. VJ is scheduled to be here. And we're going to be talking to Rowan Mohammed, committee member of Pride Barbados, all about the 2023 LGBTQ Pride Parade that is scheduled to come off as well on Sunday afternoon. So lots to get to, but as you can appreciate it, this is what's scheduled, but the all clear was only just given. And of course, we're live. Bus service comes into play. Transportation comes into play. The children are not heading out to school. So we're going to try to bring it to you as much as we can, but it's going to be a fluid morning as we continue to readjust our schedules and readjust how we broadcast to you based on what is happening. So to get things started, let's say good morning to Lachey Drayton, who's marketing and events officer with the Barbados Museum and Historical Society. Always good to see you, Lachey. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Ticia. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I have to start by asking you how you are doing and how you fared through the night.
I'm doing well, thank you, and no problems on my end. So I'm
All right, that's excellent to hear. Now, we're hoping that the financial literacy fair that's scheduled for tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., will still be able to come off in the way that we expect it to. And it's over at the Exchange Museum. And it will be a merger of history and culture and financial literacy in all areas that we can think about. So tell us more.
Yes, we're very hopeful that it can't come off tomorrow. But tomorrow, Saturday, the 24th of June, between 10 and 6 p.m., we will be having a financial literacy fair at the Exchange Museum, which is located in Spring Street, Bridgetown, next to the Central Bank. So if you're not sure where the Exchange is, just look for the Central Bank. You can't miss it. We are right there, and tomorrow we'll be having financial workshops on various topics, just to help people, teach people tips on how to manage their money.
All right, that's wonderful. So let's delve into these topics that people can expect that we're talking about, and I know they're very interesting.
Yes. So to kick our morning off, we're going to be having a workshop on budgeting and money management, which is going to be done by Melinda Peters. Then we're going to have a talk about insurance, where you can come and hear all about insurance, answer questions. Following that, we will have a talk about managing credit wisely. We'll also have a talk on retirement and estate planning. Bart will also be telling us about what's happening post and pre-retirement spaces. Then we'll have a talk on mortgage planning, how you can own a piece of the rock. And finally, and to close out at 5 p.m., we will be having a workshop on financial planning and investment. So there are a wide range of topics throughout the day. And the beautiful thing about this is that you can come on out, you can spend the day with us. So you can come from 10 and stay until 6 p.m. Or you can go on Exchange BB, or at Barbados Museum, and you can look for the schedule for the workshops, and you can just come to the workshop that suits you. So it's going to be a full day of education, tours, because we are offering guided tours of the Exchange Museum. In addition, we will have the Barbados genealogy group. So if you want to do a little family research, you can come on out and do that in between your workshops. And we will have vendors selling locally made items as well.
I know you have a number of partners who will not only be contributing in the areas of financial literacy, but in other areas as well. So I'd give you this opportunity to acknowledge your partners as well.
Yes, this event would not be possible without our sponsors. So we're very thankful to have our sponsors on board. Our sponsors are the Barbados Central Bank, Sagicor, the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, the Barbados Stock Exchange, the Exchange Museum, and Starcom Network. So we really want to say thank you to our sponsors who believe in the event. Yes.
Let's repeat a few of those event features, because I know a few of those partners are also going to be in and around the exchange as well, so people can come out and garner more information, maybe speak to a few of the representatives and things of that nature.
Okay, so the beautiful thing about our workshops is that you're not only coming to gain information, but if you have questions about the particular topic, you have the opportunity after the topic has been discussed and the presentation has been made, you have the opportunity to ask questions. So if you have a question based on one of the topics, you can probably prepare them and come ready to ask our experts, because all of our presenters are experts in the area. They have been persons who have been working in their fields for a very long time. But in addition to the workshop, so in between the workshops, we have things for persons to do. So you can have a guided tour of the Exchange Museum where you can learn about early education, trade, currency, and Freemasonry. We will also have the vendors on selling their items, and we will have some of our sponsors on the outside where you can actually discuss with them. You can come and ask questions and engage with them and ask questions about what their institutions do.
All right, that sounds like a wonderful morning. Well, a great day. It's going to be a great start to the morning. And you get started around 10 o'clock in the morning, yes?
Yes, we do. So if persons want to come on down and spend the day with us, they can.
All right, that's excellent. Now, I want to talk about these presenters because you have an exceptional cast, and I have to call them a cast because, as you mentioned, they truly are experts in their various areas. So let's just run through who we can expect to see presenting on financial literacy and everything else that surrounds it tomorrow.
Okay, so presenting on the topic of budgeting and money management will be Melinda Peters from Money Matters with Melinda. Presenting on the topic of insurance, we will have Mr. Roderick Nurse from Sagicor. We have a brand operations manager from the public workers, Miss Glenn Clark, who will be presenting on the topic of tips on managing credit wisely. We will have Mr. Paul Gittins from Sagicor presenting on the topic of retirement planning. And then we will have the president of BARP, Miss Marilyn Rice-Boyne, presenting on the topic of the role BARP plays in pre and post spaces. And followed by a presentation by Tara Caribbean, Miss Rosie McCarthy will present on the topic of mortgage planning. And to close out our day, we will have the managing director of the Barbados Stock Exchange, Mr. Marlon Yard, speaking to us about financial planning and investing.
All right, so the sessions get started around 10:30, but they go from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. with the entire day admission. I know there's a nominal fee for adults, and children are free after a certain age or before a certain age. So let's get into that a little bit.
Yes, so you can get all of this. We want to advise people to invest in themselves. It's a very nominal fee. So we want to encourage people to come out. All adults are just $15. Students with ID are $8, and children under 10 years old are free. So we just want to encourage everybody to come out tomorrow. Very small fee for all of this information and a fun day out.
Why did the museum decide at this time that, you know, it's right to get Barbadians out and to talk to them about financial literacy? I know that's been kind of a hot button issue, but why now?
Well, for us, it's actually twofold. For us, the museum, we do have a social arm, so we do care about persons and in all areas of their life. So we do think that finance is very important. We realize, given the economy and how things are, that we want to play a part in this particular area. So we thought that it would be nice that if we can give back and do, that's why the fee is very nominal, that we can give back and that we can have a financial fair to help people with managing their money. In addition to this, we also have a currency exhibit. So we thought that the two will pair very well together. So you have a little education on managing your money, but then you can also come and learn about the history of money. You can see the Barbadian currency from inception right up to the polymer notes, if you take a tour of the Exchange Museum. So we thought that this time was the perfect time for us to really step into this area and try to help Barbadians.
Now, I know that one particular area is of particular interest to you, which of course is mortgage planning, but it's very, very interesting that you've been able to kind of cover the gamut. So you have, for people who might be looking to get a mortgage, who might be on the younger side, all the way up to BARP and people talking about retirement planning. Talk to me about your own process of determining what areas you were going to look into. It must have been, you know, quite a robust discussion to kind of fit all of this into one day.
Yes, it was my team and I. What we actually did is we sat and we thought about, okay, what would people want to know? What are the areas people are struggling in? Where would people need assistance? And that's how we actually came up with the topics. So, for example, as you said, my pet topic is the mortgage, and I believe that there are young people who actually want mortgages, but they actually don't know how to go about the process, how to start, and what to do. So that's one of the reasons why we chose that one. We also know that insurance is important, but persons don't understand the importance of what you should have insurance and the different types of insurance. So we decided to do that one. And with regards to the retirement planning and BARP, we thought that it would be a good idea to help persons, maybe, you know, who may be a little older, and the younger people. Firstly, to help the younger people understand that it's important to start to invest in yourself and your future by, you know, looking at your retirement from a young age. But also we wanted to speak to persons who may be a little older, who may want to know what can they do to secure their retirement at this time. So we thought that so that's how we came up with this broad range of topics.
All right, absolutely wonderful. So that's tomorrow. Let's just repeat all of the details that people need to know. And of course, it's the exchange in the Exchange Museum in Bridgetown. So you're in Bridgetown anyways. If you don't show up for the entire thing, you can come throughout the day. And of course, Lachey is going to share the website as well, so you can go through and say, okay, maybe this topic might be for me, so I'll come at this particular time to be able to ask the experts some questions, because I know you have experts who will be there through your partnerships to offer some guidance as well.
Right, so tomorrow, Saturday the 24th of June, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. at the Exchange Museum, we will be having a financial literacy fair. We want to encourage people to come out and just learn about how to manage their money and how to plan for their financial futures. We will have persons making presentations on budgeting and money management, on a wide range on insurance, as well as how to manage their credit, retirement, and estate planning, mortgage planning, financial and investing. So there's a wide range of financial topics for persons to come on out. When you listen to these experts, you will have the opportunity to ask questions. The fee is just 15 Barbados dollars for adults, $8 for children with ID, and children under 10 years are free. In addition to the workshops, we will have guided tours of the Exchange Museum. We will also have the Barbados Genealogy Group. They will be there to help you with family research. And we will have vendors playing their trade all day, selling locally made items. And I just want to take this time once more to thank our sponsors: the Barbados Stock Exchange, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Sagicor, Starcom Network, the Barbados Central Bank, the Exchange Museum, and the Barbados Museum.
Thank you so much. Lachey Drayton, Marketing and Events Officer, Barbados Museum and Historical Society. For those people who have not seen the Exchange Museum, it's as perfect time of it as any to head on out and see that, see the presentation on currency and all that is being offered tomorrow. Thank you so much, Lachey. I wish you guys the very best. Send some pictures so that we can report on how it went.
Sure, will do. You should come on down tomorrow if you can.
I'll definitely pass through. I'll definitely pass through. Okay, see you then.
Thank you. Have a good day.
And you. Stay safe. All right, as you move around, we want to invite you to stay safe. Remember, the all clear has been given, but depending on what's happening, I know on my way here, I saw a few garbage bins strewn in the street, obviously from winds and things of that nature. So you want to be careful as you move around the island this morning. And I'd still say until the full assessment is given, if you don't have to leave home, you really shouldn't. A lot of people venture out to, you know, see what's happening with the beach. We had reports early this morning from the Met Services that a lot of the sand, even along the shoreline, might have shifted. So you want to be careful if you're going into the sea, because there might be rip tides and things like that. So be very careful as you venture out. We're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're talking to you about the Digicel delivery of the ceremonial delivery of the last canes that's coming up on July 1st. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, time quickly going by. It's already 10 minutes before 7 o'clock on this very rainy morning in some parts of the island. Other parts of the island, barely any wind, very little rain, but that's how it goes. It's time for us to tell you all about the Digicel ceremonial delivery of the last canes. Karen Pestena is festival events planner with the National Cultural Foundation. Good morning to you, Karen. Always great to see you.
Morning, Keisha. Lovely to see you. I'm very glad to hear that we survived the weather that we went through. So I'm glad to hear all those that are safe in Barbados.
Absolutely. And, this is one of these things that we have to battle with at this time of year. So I know it's no surprise to you, and it doesn't take away from the work that you guys at the National Cultural Foundation do as you prep for the festival, even in the midst of hurricane season. So, of course, thank you for the work that you continue to do with your many contingencies that have to come into play. But time now for us to talk about the Digicel ceremonial delivery of the last canes, which is the true official signal of the start of the festival.
That is correct. This is where the Prime Minister declares the official Crop Over Festival open.
All right, so what can we expect this time around? There will be a different venue and a few changes.
Okay, well, I will try to put the 7 hours of the event with you into Morning Barbados, but it's going to be very exciting. We're really happy to be at Heyman's factory in St. Peter with the Digicel ceremony delivery of the last canes, and we have so much happening at this event. As always, it is a family-oriented event. We have a lot of workshops and demos I will start with, and these are with making tamarind balls, introduction to calabash carving, sailors, valentine, rag mat making no-bake traditional sweets, loom weaving. There will be live painting, and I can go on, but I know we don't have all that time. So just want our viewers to know there is a whole demonstration and workshop area. As always, the event starts at 2 o'clock, and these demonstrations do start from that time also too. We can also be looking through what I should tell you this year. Actually, the theme is Sugar Reimagined. And when you go to Heyman's, you will see why. It has been fully repurposed, Heyman's factory. So we will be using the whole factory yard and inside of the factory also. We have a millennial hub in the factory where this was created for our young entrepreneurs and artists so they can showcase their creativity. So that is fully occupied with the entrepreneurs, and we have also the reigning junior monarchs performing in the millennial hub. They have their own DJ, Cloud9, Band, Mighty Bit Bit. Israel Level drummers will be in there. Stiffy will be in there. DJ Barry and Thorny. Then we move on. We also have the Bajan Marketplace. Over 30 booths and 40 persons selling from their tables, and it is a wide variety of items, from candles to skincare to pepper sauce. The list goes on. Woodwork, craft. It is extensive, that list of persons. So, people need to come out and see that. Moving on, we also have Chef's Corner. In Chef's Corner, we have 3 of Barbados' top chefs, and one of them, yes, will be doing a vegan presentation, and they will be giving free samples and showcasing to Barbadians the use of molasses and rum and cassava flour within their sampling. And we can't forget the black belly sheep. That is also going to be incorporated by one of the chefs into his sampling. We have Bajan Taste Buds, and these would be people that would have participated at NIFCA and other culinary events around Barbados, and they are at their retail stage for many years. Many of their products are in the supermarkets, but the NCF wanted to give them a further platform to showcase what their products are, and so that is very exciting also too. I know many people look forward to the ceremony delivery of the last canes. This year it is a procession, and we have reimagined that procession also. So I do hope people come out and see the procession. We have the dray cart with a new design, the same traditional dray cart, but we have looked at it from a different perspective, and all the folk characters that are known throughout Barbados, and some that this is an opportunity to get the historical background on these characters and how they came to be. So, but it is a very important part, a very important tradition, those last canes that come in on the dray cart. So we're looking forward to that part. And Barbados Landship Association, also tradition, Sons of God Apostolic Church. With the Landship, I must say there's going to be a special presentation on the main stage where we are showing the traditional Landship and bringing it forward to present day. So we are bringing the traditions and merging them into what present day would be like. So that is just a little bit of what is happening at the Digicel ceremonial delivery of the last canes.
That's really wonderful, because that's exactly what I was thinking as you were sharing everything that's going to be at the event, Karen. Thinking about how you guys were able to really balance presenting Barbados historically based on, you know, what we expect and what we see, and still bring the millennials in to be able to school them and showcase their products and services, their DJs and people, so they feel a part of it, and then be able to merge all of that into one for a presentation that's for the now and the future. I know there will be a number of performances on the main stage as well, because it truly is an all-day occasion.
It is, I should mention too, on the main stage, after we do, the Prime Minister does the declaration, a special piece, as you were talking about, bringing the millennials in, and this is being done, it is, for want of a better word, a bashment, Calypso spoken word piece with interpretation with dancers from Dance in Africa. We have a special choreography, so we have Sunrock, who is working with Keisha Dowridge, the choreographer, and that is going to be extremely exciting to see. I know many people look forward to the vintage tent, and this year we are doing the vintage road march tent from 1979 straight up to 2003. So, as they will say, put your dancing shoes on, but this is going to be so exciting We have Gabby, Biggie Irie, Ian Webster, Blood, Barry Chandler, Red Plastic Bite, Ishaka McNeil, Eric Lewis. Serenada is going to be there, Edwin Yearwood. Ashanta is there. Rico Drums also there, Little Rick. And what is happening, not all of the artists are able to perform. There are only about 3 of them. So that's why when people hear Ishaka or Rico Drums, they will be doing the works of the persons that would have won Road March that year.
That truly is going to be exciting to come through the years. I know in recognition of the season of emancipation, you're going to start also with a procession that's going to come from the Freedom Park as well. So, you know, really...
No, not the Freedom Park. Last year was the Freedom Park in Rock Hall. Remember, we are at Heyman's Sugar Factory this year.
All right. So you're not doing the procession this time around.
No, we are definitely doing the procession. But it is coming. There's a long driveway, so we start from up by the highway and we come up down the long plantation driveway with this procession. So that has the Zoav band, the interpretation of the sugar workers, the Sons of God Apostolic Church, tuck bands, the Shaggy Bears, Stilt Walkers, national dress. We have the Rum Baron and Plantation Lady. It's over 100 persons in the procession itself because we have stick lickers and they later on do a stick licking presentation in the yard. But we're definitely having the ceremony delivery last skeins. What is that without a procession? That's the way we bring in, as you would know, the last skeins on the dray cart with the donkey. But it's not from Rock Hall Freedom Park. It is from the very top of the highway that turns in. Yes, and it's a long, beautiful road to capture. People are very safe on either side as you go down the road that heads towards Heyman's factory.
All right, wonderful. I want to thank you for coming in, Karen, and sharing with us what we can expect at the digital ceremonial delivery of the last canes coming up on July 1st, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And people will want to take in just about everything there is.
And it's free to Barbados. This is your opportunity to bring the whole family up there and see. You know, haven't been able to mention every part, but just keep on our social media platforms as we hone in on all the different areas with more information. But it starts at 2 o'clock, and we look forward to seeing everybody.
All right, we look forward to being there as well. And equally as much as people look forward to being a part of the ceremonial delivery of the last canes, I know they look forward to us sharing it here through CBC TVA, and we most certainly are looking forward to sharing it here with them as well. So thank you so much, Karen. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, same to you, Keisha, and everybody stay safe.
Stay safe. Thank you so much. All right, so earlier we got the all clear from the Minister of Home Affairs, Wilfred Abrams. Coming up, we're going to share that message with you once again. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's time now for an update of the news. Barbados is no longer under tropical storm warning. The Barbados Meteorological Services, in its latest bulletin at 5 this morning, advised citizens it was discontinued. And just after 6:15 this morning, the all clear was given by Minister of Home Affairs and Information, Wilfred Abrams.
Good morning, Barbados, again. As we indicated, we were doing everything possible to verify and make assessments to be able to give the all clear. So I'm happy to say up front that the all clear has been given. The all clear has been given. Now, please understand something, that all clear does not mean all safe. It means that we have done assessments and we believe that if Barbadians exercise due care and attention and are cognizant of the circumstances of what happened recently, that they should be able to traverse our roadways and conduct their business safely. Please pay attention when you go, because there may be impediments in the road, there may be blockages, there may be some down power lines still. Please look out for them. All clear does not mean all safe. Now, I want to thank the hardworking team that comprise the Barbados Port Authority, the Barbados Police Service, the Barbados Defense Force. Normally, when we do the on-the-ground inspection and the teams go out to verify the damage and assess, we have to do it manually. People literally drive the roadway, all the highways, all the major roads, all the bus routes, to check visually for blockages or anything that might be dangerous. With the use of drone technology and with the drone team from those agencies that I just spoke about, we were able to do what normally takes us maybe 1.5 to 2 hours. We were able to do that in less than 10 minutes. So technology was put to very, very good use this morning. The press was able to see some of it in action, so I hope to share some shots of it with you later. But literally, we had multiple drones in the air that were trailing the roadways, providing camera footage, going in for detailed shots, to be able to enable us to make the assessment in the short time that we were able to. With respect to the schools, the inspections have been done in the schools. The majority of the schools have suffered no damage at all. So the decision in relation to the exam still stands. The exam will be at 9:30. We've gotten a special dispensation from CXC to administer the exam at 9:30 to allow all the other things that have to kick into play to happen. The bus service, the transport board is attempting to restart the bus service at 7:30, but this depends. All the buses will not start at the same time. Drivers have to get from their homes or from where they are to the buses to be able to activate the bus service, but you can get updates on transportboard.com. The airport as well, the airport is scheduled to open at 7 a.m. this morning. So exam, the communication studies exam at 9:30 at all the exam centers. If the students cannot, if you as a student have difficulty in getting to your assigned exam center, you can get to the exam center nearest you and you will be facilitated in taking the exam. Obviously, it's preferable that you go to the one that's assigned to you, but in case of an emergency, if time is running out on you, then you will be accommodated at another exam center. So 9:30 for the exam, 7 o'clock for the opening of the airport, 7:30 for the resumption of the bus service. And that really is it. Barbadians, please. We've done our best to bring you back to normalcy as quickly as we can, employing all of the resources at our disposal. It's now up to you, please, to just try to be safe. Be vigilant, be safe, and we've had no injuries or incidents so far, or damage to person so far as a result of this storm. I would like to keep it that way. Oh, and just as an abundance of caution, and to make it lucidly clear, as we say, only the students taking the CXC Communication Studies exam are expected to turn up at schools today. School is closed for the rest of the students. Only students who are taking the CXC, the Cape Communication Studies exam, are expected to attend school today. Barbados, good morning and thank you.
At 5 a.m., the center of Tropical Storm Brett was located near latitude 3.4 degrees north, longitude 62.9 degrees west. Brett is moving toward the west near 18 miles per hour, and this general motion is expected to continue throughout the weekend. On the forecast track, the center of Brett will continue moving westward away from the Windward Islands and across the eastern and central Caribbean Sea during the next couple of days. Maximum sustained winds are near 60 miles per hour with higher gusts. Weakening is forecast during the next couple of days, and Brett is expected to dissipate over the central Caribbean Sea by Saturday night or Sunday morning. That, of course, is our update of news here on Morning Barbados. Stay with us, more to come after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's time now for the Power of One with the compliments of C.O. Williams Construction Limited. In this segment, we feature young people who embody their general theme of moving the earth to please. And this morning, we are more than pleased to have with us Kelston Gittins, who is an accountant with C.O. Williams Construction Limited. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, Tisha.
All right. Now, in this segment, we really showcase some of the people who are just, their approach to work has impressed the management so much that they truly want to feature you for what you do. So tell me about your stint in accounting, because this tends to be one of those areas that some people might shy away from. So was it a profession that chose you, or was it something that you loved from the very beginning, or did it grow on you over time?
From secondary school, I think I fell in love with it. It was one of the subjects that I was really good at and I enjoyed doing. When I went to BCC, I did business studies, with accounting as well. And this, I guess, furthered my love to accounting. So then that's what made me choose it at UE going forward.
All right. So did you always see that you wanted a career in accounting? Or like I mentioned, is it something that kind of came over time? Because you did business studies at BCC.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So, growing up is always your parents will always tell you, oh, be a lawyer, be a doctor, something like something like that. So accounting was not really in my mindset at that point in time. Um, However, as I said, from secondary school when I was at St. Michael's, when I did principles of accounting, it catch my interest, and then over time I just grew to love it more and more.
Now, I see that you are also the recipient of the Canada CARICOM Leadership Scholarship. Tell us more about that.
Yes, please. So it basically was a scholarship that was given to students at BCC for basically excelling. It included a scholarship overseas to Canada. So I studied my second year at BCC over in Alberta, Canada, at Lakeland College.
And your hobbies tell me that you're quite a creative yourself. So you love videography, photography, digital art, and you play guitar. Let's get into that.
So videography is like my main hobby. I basically do it every Sunday at church. I also dabble in it because one of my friends, it is his profession. So whenever he needs a helping hand or what's not, I would come in and help him. Stemming from videography, photography would have came in as well. I would have done a couple of photo shoots for some friends and stuff that would have came up pretty nice. They love the pictures, so and I do it for family and what's not. The digital art, something that I was dabbling in. I haven't really perfected it as yet, but it's something I'm very interested in. And guitar is something that I self-taught myself. I actually need to go to classes to get a little better, but I started self-teaching myself.
So, are you any good with the guitar, and when do you get to play?
Well, it's just a hobby, so I don't actually like play in a band or what's not, but I would say that I'm good. And the people I played for said that I at least sound decent, so...
I like to hear people who say, I think that I'm good, Blow my own horn, why don't I? Nothing wrong with that. Well, in this instance, play my own guitar, so that's a good thing. So talk to me about your journey with C.O. Williams Construction.
So I came in actually last November, so I wasn't there for a very long time. I came in as a senior accounts clerk. Basically, I guess I came in at a fairly bad time because the person that was in the position before me seemed to not know what they were doing. So when I came in, I had to actually clean up some stuff that they did and try to basically get back the accounts to a proper, basically get back to a proper standard. As I got into the position, I realized, oh, well, this stuff seems pretty interesting, and it is a new industry for me because I was in health before and catering, and then I went to public accounting, and now construction. So then I was like, oh, construction is fairly interesting now. But my superiors, they would say, oh, you're a Speedy Gonzalez, because there were stuff that I was doing so fast that people before me couldn't get do in the time frame that I was doing. So I guess this is why I was actually recommended for the accountant position, because it seemed like I grasped the information that was going into the accounts very well, and I was able to move and basically move and lost the words, but basically
get things done.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I know that, it's a great work environment for all of you as well. So talk to me about that. You mentioned all the other areas that you've worked in before, but usually when you have a good work environment and you have great managers who motivate you and who truly acknowledge the hard work you put in, it makes all the difference.
Definitely. It's not just the managers as well as like my co-workers as well. So basically my fellow colleagues, They would have basically showed me everything I know in terms of what I need to do. It was just that I made it more efficient because of my younger skill set and my skill set in Excel and computer literacy and what's not. So it's like CL Williams Construction basically is a big family. Um, there's a great support system. Once you get in there, you feel like you don't want to leave, pretty much.
All right. So, just want to say to you that your superiors believe that you truly embody what the company stands for, which is moving the earth to please. And I'd have to add a word in there, quickly. Moving the earth to please quickly, or moving the earth quickly to please in the instance that you're talking about with your approach to the work that you're doing. And sometimes what we do comes so easily to us that we don't recognize that we truly have a knack for it, or we are exceptional to the point where it might seem like someone else is not necessarily doing their job as they should, but they might be doing just that. They might be doing their job as they should, but it's only as good as quickly as they can get it done because they don't have a knack for it the way that we might have a knack for it. So, the fact that you're able to delve into your work and do it so quickly says to me that you're, one, good at it, and two, very interested in what you do. So how does it make you feel to know that somebody who has come into a company is being recognized in this way, where your company is saying to you, you embody who we are, what we want to be as a good corporate citizen, and where we're hoping to go?
It's definitely a great season. I mean, a great feeling, sorry. I definitely try to go in and put my best foot forward, so it's glad to see that I am being recognized for it.
What advice would you give to any other young people who are looking to enter the job market? They're not necessarily sure where they should go. The parents are in the ear with the doctor, lawyer, bank manager. But, sometimes it's about following your own dream. So what advice would you give to any other young person looking on about how they should approach looking into finding a profession that's as satisfying as yours is for you?
I think basically just to try different things and to find what really interests you. As I say, I have friends that are in the videography industry, in the photography industry, in the music industry as well. But that's not because their parents wasn't pushing them to get to be a accountant or a lawyer or what's not, but is a case where that's what they were interested in, and there are markets here for every industry in Barbados. And if there isn't, you could create one for yourself. Because if you're interested in it, more people are most likely going to be interested in it. So it's just to try different things, see what interests you and what you have a passion for, and pursue it with all you can.
All right. So again, what do you think makes working for C.O. Williams Construction, such a great thing?
Basically, is the family of it all. It's the family of it all. You find that when you come in, you're not as stressed as if it was a regular job. You can go to your superiors and speak freely and not feel that you'll be reprimanded. You can go to them with any issues and what's not. And basically, it's just, as I say, it's a place that when you go in and you get comfortable, you don't want to leave.
Kelson, we salute you for the work that you're doing on behalf of your employer. Your approach to work embodies everything the company wants to portray, and you have embodied the power of one, as in
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so we do apologize for that technical challenge. A moment ago, we had some technical challenges here in studio. As we were saying to Mr. Kelston Gittins that his company really thinks he embodies what the company stands for, which is moving the earth to please. So congratulations to Kelston Gittins, who is an accountant with C.O. Williams Construction. He brings the power of one to that awesome Barbadian company. So thank you, C.O. Williams Construction. We are now going to move right along on the program, and we have some interesting stuff to tell you all about the Carter's Shining Stars Calypso tent. They are coming up this weekend. And Julie will be in to tell us more about that. But remember, it is also the day that we are bringing you the breakfast party. So a little toned down today based on everything that is happening. But what we also bring you is the Mix It in 5. It's an opportunity for you to get a taste of some music from yesteryear as we take you through a soca journey with DJ Chili. And it's also an opportunity for you to win a fantastic prize. We're going to tell you who won last week and give you an idea of the songs that were in that particular mix down. So get your pens and paper or get your device, however you do it. It's time for DJ Chili to Mix It in 5.
Good morning, Barbados. Once again, it's time for Mix It in 5.
Soca Journey with DJ Chili.
You must have confidence. All them gal who know that them look fine and them if you see me wine and waving in the band, yeah, don't vex with me, boss. Please try and understand that it is not me. Oh no, blame it on the music. You promised me, now you're running. Give me what you promised me. 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 Give me what you promised me.
Who wanna like Dano? Who wanna like Dano? Who wanna like Dano? Who wanna like this or that one? Who wanna like Dano? Who wanna like Dano? Who wanna like Dano? Who wanna like this or that one?
Wind your bumper and show me. Wind your bumper and show me. Wind your bumper and show me. You know how to dance. Wind your bumper and show me. Wind your bumper and show me. Wind your bumper and show me. You know how to dance.
You want some money? Yeah, y'all ain't want none. Y'all, you know how we do. Slam City 2002. We dropping it. Camouflage. You know how we do. Get ready to rumble.
DJ Chili.
Say enough for them, I smile in your face. But they wanna take your place. Take your place, take your place. Enough for them, I smile in your face. But they wanna take your place. Take the time with me out of the race, man.
Now Listen now to get online. Let me see who ready now to get on back. No, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring your waist out and round and round. Bring your waist out and round and round. Bring your waist out and round and round. All of the rough winders, hey. Bring your waist out and round and round. Bring your waist out and round and round. Bring your waist out and round and round. DJ Chili.
Soca Journey, a drive through Soca.
Hey, once again, send me a list of your tunes you think you're here and get a chance to win a prize right here on Mix It in 5.
Yes. All right, DJ Chili. As we speak, Chili is on a plane heading to Barbados. So next time you see him doing the Mix It in 5, it'll be live right here in the Morning Barbados studio. So I hope that you were taking note of all the songs in that mix and not just dancing away, because I got caught up somewhere between the Donella song and, you know, reminiscing about what was happening back then. I didn't quite get all of the songs, but I'm sure you did. So make sure you email them to morningbarbados@cbc.bb. Remember, it's morning without the D, because we say in Barbados, morning. That's what we say. So make sure you email to morningbarbados@cbc.bb for a chance to win. Congratulations to Lisa, who won last time around. She listed all the songs that Chili managed to put into that 5-minute mix. I do not know how he mixes so quickly, but last week we had Lil Rick with Like Myself, then Jonesing again, Bungie Garland with Differentology, Hyper Sounds, Walk It Up Bad, Edwin with Pushing It, he was in there. Alison Hines, Gal Want More Iron, Blacks, No Getaway, the Scratch Master remix, Ben Jai, The People's Champion, Machelle, Bottle of Rum, Fada Fox and Bobo with The Boat. Yes, that one is always sweet. Machelle with The Fog. And then into Single Forever, Patrice, A Little Wine, Problem Child, Life for the Party. And it ended with Edwin with Last Man Standing. I still do not know how Chili gets all these songs into the 1 5-minute mix. However, he does. So let's see how many songs you were able to pick in the correct order to be able to win with the Mix It in 5 for the mix that went today. Again, congratulations to Lisa, who won last week. We're looking forward to hearing from you this time around so that you can get into the Mix It in 5. We want to say thank you so much for a few wonderful people who've been supporting the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation throughout crop over. And of course, Morning Barbados is absolutely no different. Dasani Water, Schweppes, and No Sugar Coca-Cola. Thank you so much, No Sugar Coke, Schweppes, and Dasani Water for bringing you the breakfast party on these Fridays, making sure that we hear all that's happening and getting you, of course, in a crop over mood. Hey, we're going to take a break and come on back. We're talking pride after the break. Stay with us.
morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
That's right. Good morning to you. It's 24 minutes to go before 8 o'clock. Good to have you in company. Remember, you are inside the Friday morning breakfast party. Of course, we're bringing you all the vibe of the festival. Now, we know that June is recognized as Pride Month, and being true to form, Pride Barbados will be putting on an event again this year. They are looking at the Pride March. So we want to go right ahead and welcome committee member for Pride Barbados, Rowan Mohammed, to Morning Barbados to tell us all about the plans that they have for 2023. Good morning, Rowan.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me, and happy Pride Month.
Absolutely. So talk to us a little bit more about what Pride Barbados has been doing as we lead up to the actual parade for 2023.
Yeah, so we've been commemorating International Pride Month as a committee in Barbados since 2018. And the month usually comprises of a list of different events catered towards the LGBT community in Barbados, but also people who are allies and want to support the cause and stand up for human rights in general. So we've had a launch, we've had a hike, we had a health and wellness fair, which is focused on general health and wellness, so people have access to free services regarding their health and wellness. We've had a few social events, including local businesses who want to show their support to the community. And then we're finishing off the month with a big celebration, which would be the Pride Parade.
All right. Generally, I know that the support has been building over time from what we saw with the very first Pride March. I'm not sure if you were, I don't think you were part of the committee then, but from what we saw with the very first one to where we are now, talk to me about the level of support that you're seeing, even as you mentioned, from corporate Barbados.
Yeah, so I actually coordinated the first Pride Parade in Barbados in 2018, and then I coordinated the one in 2019 as well. We haven't been able to have one for the past few years because of the pandemic and its impacts on gathering in public spaces. So this year is quite significant to us because we're able to take to the streets for the first time. The first time we had the parade in 2018, I really wasn't expecting many people to turn out at all. I think people were a little bit afraid. They didn't know what to expect. And we had about 100 people. And then when we did it in 2019, we had around 300 people. And as the years have gone by, we've been able to commemorate Pride, even though not in person, throughout the pandemic as well. So this year, there's a lot of interest. I think people are quite excited to be able to participate again. And we've had people from different local businesses reaching out to us and saying that they would like to support, even if it's not financially, it might be in kind, and just wanting to show up and share their support for the community. So it's been really nice to see the progress that's being made over the years.
I know that it's a time to celebrate and it's used for celebrating, but it's also an occasion for advocacy and doing that through some visibility in the community. So let's talk about all of the areas that you are working to make more visible, to ventilate, and to bring Barbadians along on your journey.
Yeah, I think one of the major priorities for the LGBTQ plus community in Barbados in terms of advocacy is social inclusion, because I think all Barbadians and all residents of Barbados deserve to be to feel welcomed in the place that they call home. And we've made such great progress over the last couple of years, particularly when it comes to legislation. So, for example, this year Barbados was able to decriminalize serious indecency law, which is known to be like an anti-LGBT law that was implemented during the colonial era. Also, for the first time, there's legislation that names that discrimination against people on the basis of their sexual orientation is not prohibited in the Latest Employment Act. So there was so much progress, and I'm really proud to see the way that advocacy has been paying off. But in terms of what we would like, I think it's important to have more anti-discrimination legislation that just recognizes the vulnerability of LGBT people. Yeah, and also it should be safe for people to access services regardless of their sexual orientation. And people should just feel free and safe in their country, free from violence, safe from violence. And we do see that still happening at some levels. So we would like that to be completely eradicated.
What are some of the areas that you can tick off as those areas that you've made some strong inroads into with your advocacy and, of course, strong visibility on the roads here in Barbados, and as you continue to share the message of those in the LGBTQ plus community?
Yeah, so like I started to mention just now, I think one of the biggest accomplishments of the movement has been the criminalization of same-sex intimacy. And that would have been done through removing the buggery law and the serious indecency law that we had in place since colonization. And that was decriminalized this year, and I think that's a major accomplishment for Barbados and just for bodily autonomy and human rights in general. Again, the implementation of anti-discrimination legislation with the Employment Act that specifically prohibits discrimination on the basis of somebody's sexual orientation. Also, I would love to commend public services like healthcare workers and the police officers who have been so supportive to our movement. So, for example, this year, the police accompanying us on the parade like they have in the past. But they've just been so friendly, so professional, so accommodating, and have made us feel really supported. Also, over the years, we've been able to do a lot of training work with public healthcare workers when it comes to sensitivity of dealing with the community. And they've been really receptive, and I think that shows when it comes to people being able to access public healthcare services and feeling safe to do so. Barbados also removed the prohibition for LGBT people to donate blood. And that was in place for a while, and that's no longer the case. So people can donate blood regardless of their sexual orientation now. And then we've also been able to do so much sensitivity training with businesses and entrepreneurs and business owners and service providers across the island about dealing with their LGBT employees, but also just LGBT customers and patrons. So there's been so much progress that has happened over the past few years. And I think the fact that we're able to have a Pride Parade is a testament to that progress we've done. I don't think I would have envisioned something like this even 10 years ago.
All right, so let's talk about the logistics now of the actual parade itself, the form it will take, or the route as well.
So, yes, I can talk about that a little bit. So it'll be on Sunday, 25th of June, and we'll be starting from 3 p.m. And this will be in Bridgetown. We're beginning at Golden Square in Freedom Park, and we're assembling there. And when we leave, we're going to be moving across to Bay Street. I have to imagine the route in my head. Across to Bay Street, and then we're moving over to near Independence Square, going down across west on Wharf Road, making a turn, turning back onto Broad Street. And then from Broad Street, when we get to the end of Broad Street, we're going back across Bridge Street and then ending at Golden Square, Freedom Park again. So it goes in a bit of a circle.
And do you have any idea of how many people you're expecting to come out? I know you will be accompanied by the Royal Barbados Police Force. In the press release, you talked about how pleased you were with the support that they've lent through the years. And again, for everyone's safety, they will be accompanying the parade as you go through the Bridgetown environs. So any idea of the numbers you're expecting to come out and support the Pride Parade this Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard to estimate beforehand because like I mentioned, the first time we had the parade, I thought it would be maybe me and 10 other people in the street, to be honest, and we had 100 people, and then 2019 we had 300 people. So I'm gonna guess, so we approximated for a few hundred people this Sunday, but I really think if anybody shows up, that it's a win for progress for us.
And of course, one of the things that I know that you'd want to do is to encourage those people who don't feel empowered enough to be able to come out and truly represent, to do that. So I'm going to give you that opportunity now to speak to the community generally at large, just to be able to come out and support the initiative or the entire concept of Pride during this month of June, and as we move forward and attempt to be far more inclusive, you know, the approach that should be be taken as they welcome you through Bridgetown on Sunday?
Thank you. Yeah, so I think there's a general misconception across the board. Bajans are not supportive or inclusive or friendly towards the LGBT community. And throughout our activities over the past few years, we've really seen that that's not the case for most Bajans. I think at its core, Bajan society is about celebrating our diversity and our differences. And I would really encourage people who don't feel safe in particular, but want to support, to still show up and support. As we mentioned before, we're accompanied by the Royal Barbados Police Force, and we've met with them. They've been super accommodating, friendly, supportive, and they've really assured us that we will have a safe parade this year. And in the past, we've also had a safe and incident-free parade. So I think that is something that prohibits people from wanting to participate. There's a fear of not feeling safe, and I really want to assure people that they can be confident in feeling safe. I also really want to encourage allies, because there are people who might not have a safe home environment that are part of the community and don't want to be identified. And it's up to people to participate in things in their own time. But for allies who wish to show their support to the community in some way, I would really encourage you to do so. And in the past, people have brought their families, their children. It's a very family-friendly environment, and it's a safe and friendly environment. So yeah, I appreciate all the support and just encourage people to show up.
All right, I thank you for coming on and sharing with us. Ron Mohammed, committee member of Pride Barbados, reminding us that they have their parade coming up. What time did we mention the time on Sunday?
Yes, it's at 3 p.m. on Sunday
3 p.m.
from Golden Square Freedom Park.
That's right, from 3 p.m. from Golden Square. They're going to do a bit of a circular, go over to Bay Street, all the way back across the bridge, down Wharf Road, come around, up Broad Street. You know, you have to say it like the Bajans do, and back to Golden Square. So short route, but I think it will be impressive and impactful. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to take another break and come on back here on Morning Barbados as we wrap things up. We are still celebrating. It's the breakfast party, and we're going to tell you a little bit about what's coming up in the tents. That's next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, time for a little more action. We are talking about the Carters Shining Stars Calypso tent, and Julie is here with us. I won't worry with the government name. Good morning, Jules.
Good morning, and good morning, Barbados. It's nice to be here. Happy crop over to everyone. You know, just had some weather, but I'm here to bring the sunshine.
And you've come with the colors and everything, so I can't argue with that. You definitely have brought the sunshine into the studio this morning. I'm happy for you to come and tell us all about these shining stars.
It's not the shining stars, it's the Carters Shining Stars.
The Carters Shining Stars.
We have to represent our sponsor. And this year, again, we are being sponsored by Carter's General Stores for paints, hardware, and a whole lot more. Yes, tonight, we are at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. If you've never been to the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre in Queen's Park, tonight is is your opportunity to be there. It is a fantastic location, and inside the theater it is cool. You don't have to worry about in the area hot though. It's air conditioned. Come down. We have a fantastic cast waiting to see you tonight to perform for you. Some of the persons that we have Lady Virtue, which is myself singing Africa in Me. We have Bumba, Bit, Jastone, Cameraman, Devon, Jude, Ross, Emara, The Announcer, R Cyclone, Kinky Star, Queen T, Mr. Reason, Empress B, Kiki, Lady J, Lil E, Trinity, and the MC for the night is the Admiral Nelson, and we are featuring one of our veterans, the Sweetfoot Man, Humpy.
We know he's definitely the Sweetfoot Man for sure, and this is quite the lineup. What time do you get started?
We start at 8 p.m. The admission is $40, but if you see me between now and 6 o'clock, you can get your ticket for $35.
Well, don't leave here, Julie. I have to purchase a few tickets.
Or you can go down to Julie's Party Rentals and you will get them for $35. But we don't have a lot left. Other than that, you have to pay $40 at the door. I want to thank Carter's 94.7, Aku Songs, DB Production, Julie's Party Rentals, and First Caribbean International Bank for coming on board. Without our sponsors, this can't happen.
It's true. Don't forget Carter's. You're the one who told me that.
Yes. Carter's continue to play a very vital role in me being able to put on the show. And I'm happy that I've been able to move from Calypsonian into tent manager and being able to wear both hats. And I thank God for all his blessings and his continued strength that he gives me to be able to do this, because this is a lot of work.
I know. What was this transition like, Julie?
From what? From
just performing in the tent to managing the tent.
You see, the good thing about it is that once you are surrounded by something previously, then it's easy to move in. And it reminds me of back in the day when I first started with Mohammed Nasser and in the rental business. So then the transition was easy to move into Julie's Party Rentals because I was familiar with the surroundings. So that made it really, really easy. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't hard.
Yeah, this is quite the lineup, and we know we're still getting some drizzles and stuff into the evening. The good thing is you're at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. Bring a little umbrella. You just need to get inside. You don't have to worry about facing the weather. Yeah, you're fully covered. So even if we get a little rain, you should still come out and experience, because some of these names I'm hearing,
yes,
I definitely want to see them performing live.
And I believe with the kind of advertising and marketing I've been able to do for this tent, I don't think a little rain can stop this jam. I think that people are eager to come down to see what Carter's Shining Stars have to offer again this year. I mean, we started in 2019 and we have grown, and we want to continue to grow, you understand? So I think that person should really, as you said, bring a little umbrella and Ella, and come down to the Carter's Shining Stars tonight at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. 8 p.m. we're going to kick off. And between 7 and 8, everybody that comes through that door is going to get a snapshot of a snapshot, as a complimentary just to go in.
Oh, you should tell a snapshot.
A
snapshot as in a picture. I was going to ask you a little something to get the party started.
To get it started. And then when intermission come, you go at the bar is going to be solid. You go at the bar and you purchase your bigger shot.
Listen, Julie, you sure your age. She said, no rain can't stop this jam. And then she said about the bar going to be solid.
Those two things, right?
Say Admiral is the hi-fi. No, Admiral is the MC.
Admiral is the MC, yes.
I know it's going to be a great presentation.
Yes, I'm looking forward to see the stars shine tonight. I mean, last night was cloudy, we had no stars. But if you come down to the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre tonight, for sure, you're going to see some stars. And not just stars, you're going to see them shine.
Yes, the Carter's Shining Star. So let's run through this cast once again, because you have a great mix of old and young. You're featuring Pompey as well. It's a wonderful lineup.
Yes, and that's intentional, because one of the things that I always criticize Barbados for is that we don't do that nice blend. We push out and bring in. I always think that we should have that nice blend so that one could help the other.
Complement. They
exactly.
complement each other.
So I have some young persons in there, but still I have those persons who are veterans. So again, we have Bumba, and you know he was a king before, once a king, always a king. Bit. Again, he's a junior monarch king before. We have Jastone, who've been to finals before. We have the cameraman who's sung it really well.
That's our guy from here, CBC.
Yes, who get killed last night. That topic is very relevant. We have Devon, he's new. We have Jude. We have Ross. We have Imara, you know, last year she was a finalist. We have the announcer. The announcer is singing Free at Last. I ain't too sure what he mean, but Free at Last.
Controversy.
Yes, we have RS Cyclone. We have Kinky Star. Queen T. She is doing commentary and soca. We have Mr. Reason. He is new, but you gotta come and hear him sing that song Down to Brass Tacks. We have Empress B. Kiki, Lady J, she's gonna mash up the place with that song Attraction.
You have to add in, if I might say so myself.
We have Lil E. He won the Calypso competition at his school. We have Trinity Clark, who is really good with that song. I love soca.
Absolutely.
And then we have the MC Adel Nelson. We have the Sweetfoot Man, Vampire, Doctor, all of those hits that we know. And of course, we have none other than Lady Virtue, Africa in me, Africa in you, Africa in all of we. So come, this is a lot of action. Why would you want to stay at home? Come down tonight at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. It's on tonight. Tisha, come down and be a part of this memorable occasion, because I'm not going to say we're going to mash up the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. I wouldn't want to do that, because I don't want nobody at NCF to say Julie went on TV and say they got mash up the theatre tonight. No. Come down and hear and watch the stars shine.
Well, all you have to say is not literally. We're going to do it with the music on the stage. So once again, I know you have some partners that you will want to mention as we wrap up.
Yes. Again, we want to thank Carter's General Stores. We want to thank 94.7, Aku Songs, DB Production, Julie's Party Rentals, First Caribbean, CIBC First Caribbean. And we want to tell folks out there, Carter's Shining Stars, it's more than a tent. It's a show.
Thank you so much, Julie, Lady Virtue, for coming through and definitely bringing the sunshine from the outfit to the attitude to that lineup. You definitely have brought some sunshine this morning. All right, so again, thank you. Make sure you head out this weekend and represent for the various tents that are on. Carter's Shining Stars on tonight at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. All right, so to tell you all about what you can expect, remember that Soca Journey, Mix It in 5. I hope you are taking note of those songs that are in the mix down, and you email them to us as well. Julie is over here. She wants to say something else.
Yes, I want to say something quick. I forget to tell people, you can win a barbecue grill tonight. Compliments of Carter's.
Oh, that on that paper, Julie.
Barbecue grill. Look at the barbecue grill there, look.
Julie, that on that paper. You
all of this, yes. You can win a barbecue grill tonight. You can win a barbecue grill on the next night, which is the 30th. You can win a barbecue grill. Look at there, look at there, look. A barbecue grill tonight.
Oh, you definitely put a smile on my face. Look, they had to zoom in on the barbecue grill part.
Yes, we have 4 shows. So we're on tonight, we're on again on the 30th, and then we're on again on the 14th of July, and then we judge on the 20th at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre.
No, Julie, you know that Mornin Barbados ends at 8 o'clock, right? She's going to be talking when we go off air. But, you know, some good news today. We heard that we didn't have any major injury to life across Barbados. We went through Tropical Storm Brett overnight. We're still going to have some of the residual effects. We expected that the Grantley Adams International Airport would have been open at 7 this morning. So we're hoping that everything is going well. Remember, no school for the students today. Only those who are taking the Cape Communications examinations. You have to get to your various exam centers for that exam by 9:30. Now, if for any reason the Transport Board was hoping to get the buses up and running by 7:30 this morning, if you're having trouble with transportation, then get to the nearest exam center and they certainly will accommodate you. to ensure that you can get that exam done. In the interim, stay safe. Make sure that you take care of your family. If you weren't able to go and get those supplies you need, there are quite a few other systems that are off in the Atlantic, so you want to make sure that you are prepared. Let's say thanks so much to Dasani Water, Schweppes, and No Sugar Coke for supporting the Friday morning breakfast party here on Morning Barbados, bringing you all the action for crop over. On behalf of the entire crew, as you go through today and into the weekend, remember to wear your smiles and do come on back on Monday. We're going to continue to update you here on CBC throughout the day about what's happening as well. So stay safe and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.